Oh, well, good morning, West Ham fans. Ross of the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and all happy Saturday, my friend. The heavens opened in Hornchurch last night. Jesus, thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening. Wee, Galileo. But I'm here talking about Emerson. Now, we spoke about yesterday when I sort of spoke about the Rusty Rumour race, the original Rumour 80, but looking and applying that to players, West Ham players, currently in terms of likelihood of them leaving. One of them I mentioned was Emerson, with a trip back to Italy being on the cards. Then last night, 9ish, 10ish in the afternoon, in the evening, rather UK time, Fabrizio Romano, our favourite transfer insider and ITK on Twitter, confirmed that West Ham are parting ways with Emerson Palmieri. To be honest, I think pretty much the writing was on the wall when Potter turned up in January. In all honesty, pretty sharpish. He instated Ollie as the chosen left back. There was a couple of weeks where he was out, where I think Ollie picked up a bit of a slight injury and stuff like that, and Emerson was very much covering. But towards the end of the season, Ollie was brought back into the fold. Now, we know that there's multiple interests from Serie A sides, and I think the likelihood is more likely to be going back to Serie A, in all honesty. But Romano on Twitter last night said, understand Emerson Palmieri and West Ham are planning to part ways this summer. Several clubs already starting moving for Emerson, as Potter has already informed the player about his approval to let him leave. Despite playing, despite a recent lack of game time, I mean, let's look, in terms of Emerson's time at West Ham, I think we got good value out of that £30 million when we bought him from Chelsea. I think, he was man of the match in the ECL final against Fiorentina, and they always have that. And it does seem that it's a mutual decision rather than necessarily the club pushing him to leave. I think he sees the writing on the wall with the emergence of Ollie Scars into the first team. And at the age of 30 or 30, 30 I think he's now, he's probably only got, he's got one more move, I'd say. And if it's believed that a return to Italy is on the cards, I think that's probably most likely. Interesting, as I said yesterday, two of the sides that have been name-checked has been interested in him are both Rome sides, in terms of Roma and Lazio. And if he did sign for Lazio, having already played for Roma, he'll be one of, I think it's literally like less than 24 players in the club's joint histories to have played for both clubs. So, some achievement. He was also the first player, don't forget, to win everything. He won Europa League Conference, he's won the Premier League, he's won the Champions League. He's won it all. And I think he was the first person ever to do that as well. So, am I surprised? No. I think the writing was on the wall. But what's nice compared to some of the other sort of departures or planned departures is it seems that it's a mutual decision. So, yeah, I think it's in the best interest. I'll be sad to see him go. I think he's when he's, as I said, been a slight dip in form recently, but it's a different form of everyone, to be fucking fair, if we're being honest. I think, he'll be part of the tapestry that was the West Ham European sort of campaign, and a player who I don't think necessarily was much fancied when we signed him, but quickly became an integral part and actually bargained for 30 million quid, in my humble opinion. What do we do next? We'll probably talk about it a little bit later on with some players we've been linked with, but yeah. Another one bites the dust as we've been. It does seem we're getting rid of anyone who's at the age. I mean, if you're Alphonse Areola, you'd be slightly worried now. And Thomas Suchek, anyone who hits 30 now is pretty much on the scrap heap, it seems. Well, it does seem at the moment, but yeah. Anyway, have a great rest of the day. I'll see you in a couple of hours' time. Much love. Bye.